Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another live stream and welcome to day 34, I think, of the January transfer window. We are inside the final 48 hours before Monday's 11 p.m. deadline. And as always, there is plenty to dive into with Chelsea. We've only made one sale. That was Cesare Castane's move to Torino. That's been officially announced by Chelsea today. And we're also got the latest with Carney Chukwuemeka. Apparently, Chelsea trust Chukwuemeka for the future and are rejecting all offers that include an option to buy for the midfielder. We're still looking for a midfielder, still looking FC. And apparently the final few hours of the window in that search for a midfielder, according to Fabrizio Romano, are going to be crazy. Well, I mean, I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what that brings. We've got the latest on the future of Joao Felix as well, with negotiations currently complicated between Aston Villa and Chelsea for Felix, with Chelsea only wanting an outright sale or a loan with an obligation. Let's see what happens with that one. Ben Chilwell is obviously close to a move to Crystal Palace. That is now down to the player, whether he wants to take that move. But I think Chelsea and Palace are very, very close to reaching a club-to-club agreement. And then it will just be down to Chile. But in terms of any incomings for a striker, I think the news this morning that Evan Ferguson is going to undergo his West Ham medical today, having an agreement between West Ham and Brighton, that all but confirms that we will be signing no number 9 this month, guys. No number 9 will be arriving at Chelsea Football Club in January, after the news that Evan Ferguson, who was a reported target for Chelsea, will now join West Ham on loan. So 0 number 9 coming to Stamford Bridge this winter window. So we're going to have to make do with Jackson and Guiu for the rest of the season. And Jackson's going to have to pretty much play every single minute for the remainder of the season, which is not an ideal position for us to be in, guys. But here we are, Sunday afternoon. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Big love for all the support as always. Make sure you smash the likes. Make sure you subscribe if you're new around here. All of that good stuff. Let's say hello to a few people in the chat, and then we're going to get this show on the road, guys. 37 hours until the transfer window shuts. We've wasted 33 days. Yeah, bro, it's been a dreadful window. I'm not expecting any new signing now. Too late to make any move for a striker or winger. Bro, Garnacho dead in the water. No chance of United playing today and Garnacho starting that he's suddenly going to be a Chelsea player tomorrow. Not happening. And with Ferguson going on loan to West Ham, our chances of a number 9, not happening. At best, we'll get a midfielder on loan on deadline day. That's the best we can hope for. At this point, it's clear we're not getting a striker. We'd probably be better off changing the system to suit Nkunku. Bro, we can't change the system like over halfway through the season. That's just not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. We unfortunately can't do that. And I don't think we'd be willing to do that. But ultimately, some adjustments are going to have to be made, because if you've got Christopher Nkunku for the second half of the season, then you're going to have to make some sort of use of him, and you're going to have to make better use of him than you've already done in the first half of the season. Villa sold around for 62 million, signed 2 loan players, but are struggling to buy Felix for 40 million. Felix is not costing 40 million. I don't know what Chelsea are asking for Felix, but yeah, obviously they're asking for what's been described as an important financial package, whatever that means. Very poor, no incomings. Yeah, bro, it's poor. Yes, afternoon. Prepare for no incomings. Bro, I've prepared for no incomings at about day 20 of this window. It was obvious that nothing was going to happen. Yes, big up, bro. Yeah, I hear you on that one. Still looking FC. Big up, brother. Yep, I'd have to agree at the moment. I have to agree. Yes, big up. Thank God we're not getting Evan Ferguson. Bro, I'm sorry, we're not getting Victor Gyökeres. We are not getting Victor Gyökeres. Under no circumstances are Chelsea going to be signing Victor Gyökeres. He's a name that we're keeping tabs on, but I can't see Chelsea going for it. I really can't. Especially considering the caliber of European clubs that will be interested in Gyökeres' signature come the summer. I think Chelsea right now, we end up with Benjamin Sesko, or we end up with Liam Delap, and I think it's more likely to be Liam Delap. Yes, big up, bro. Hope you're good. Delap, the only last hope we have. I would agree, bro. This is it. You know, now I'm not going to be able to support John Duran in a Chelsea shirt. So instead, I'll support him in an Al Nassr shirt. There we go. Al Nassr fan, yeah, I suppose so. In terms of a Saudi team, only for the GOAT though. But if we can enjoy John Duran banging a few goals in with the GOAT, then yeah, I'm all for it. I'm glad we're not getting Ferguson. Yes, big up from Australia. Bro, I'm not sure I share the same sentiments. I'm not bothered. Look, it would never have been my first choice. But as we discussed yesterday, beggars can't be choosers. And I would have much rather a 6-month loan deal with Ferguson than to continue with what we've currently got. Because beggars absolutely can't be choosers. Knew this was going to happen. Unbelievable how we've conducted ourselves this window. Yeah, bro, we've conducted ourselves in an absolutely shambolic way. Where is our Garnacho? Bro, no Garnacho bid, no new striker. So there we go. Chelsea are the new Arsenal. Well, I mean, we haven't bottled anything as of yet, so maybe we're not quite the new Arsenal yet. But yeah, certainly this transfer window has been nothing short, in my opinion, of an absolute shambles and an absolute disgrace. Why would we not get Gyökeres for 63 million in the summer? Well, I mean, you can probably go to United over us based on Ruben Amorim. I think Barcelona will look at him. I think there'll be top European clubs looking at him. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying it's highly unlikely. Strike Eagle, I agree, bro. It's going to be very difficult to finish in the top 4 with what we've currently got. It would have been it would have been a massive help. Best option now is to rush and get Delap quickly. Bro, we're not going to get Delap quickly. I imagine we're going to get Liam Delap, but not now. If we don't get top 4, I'll not blame Maresca. No, I won't either. Højlund on loan if United gets out. Now, let's not make sick jokes like this, people. Let's not make sick jokes. But yeah, guys, over 100 of you in the building already. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Let's get this show on the road. And let's start with the news about Carney Chukwuemeka. Because last night, we had the news that Borussia Dortmund had lodged their first official bid for Chukwuemeka. It was a loan with an option to buy for 30 million euros. That has now subsequently been rejected by Chelsea. And Fabrizio Romano has provided this update in his latest YouTube video, saying that Chelsea are not accepting any bid for Chukwuemeka with an option to buy. They're considering his pathway, salary coverage, loan fee, playing time, etc. Chelsea trusts Carney for the future. Now, this is a very interesting way of treating someone that you supposedly trust for the future, to literally essentially freeze him out. Yes, he's still training with the first team, but to essentially freeze him out. He started one game all season in the Conference League against Astana. He hasn't played a single minute in the Premier League. I don't think he's made a single match day squad. But apparently, Chelsea trust Chukwuemeka for the future. That's a very, very interesting way of telling a player that he's trusted for the future by wasting half a season of his development. Very interesting, that. I agree we need to stop signing so many kids. We just got to let Carney go. Just let him go. You know, maybe we trust Carney in the future to get us more money. Yeah, exactly. Look, to be honest, right, I can understand why Chelsea wouldn't want an option to buy, because they want that £40 million release clause. And let's say he does go to Borussia Dortmund. If he goes to Dortmund and does well for 6 months, plus Bundesliga tax, which is a legit thing, then that will encourage someone to pay for the £40 million clause in the summer. What Chelsea don't want to do is send Chukwuemeka on loan with an option to buy. Say they accepted that Dortmund offer, which was 30 million euros buy option, so around 25 million quid. If he does well, then Dortmund have got the chance to buy him for under market value and get themselves a bargain. Chelsea don't want to sell themselves short with Chukwuemeka. But at the same time, like we need to agree a deal. We need to agree a deal to get Chukwuemeka out playing. The fact that it's less than 48 hours to go and Chukwuemeka is still at the football club is a nonsense. Is an absolute nonsense, the fact that he's still at the football club with 48 hours to go. If you trust him, as the Chelsea boy has said, use him. You obviously don't trust him. And this is what we call a brief. And this is absolutely a brief. It's 100% a brief, because what part of the way that Chukwuemeka has been used this season or not used this season points to Chelsea trusting him. Could somebody tell me that? Could somebody tell me what part of Chukwuemeka starting one game all season in the Conference League against Astana equates to Chelsea trusting him for the future? Because I'm very confused by that. I'm very, very confused by that. Because if Chelsea value him because they can get £40 million for him, that's why they value him, because they see £40 million. They don't value him because they think he's a good footballer. He's a good footballer, but they don't value him because they think that he can offer something to the team. Now, who has made this decision in regards to Chukwuemeka that he wasn't part of the plans, that he's not good enough? Because I'll tell you what, he's better than Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. So why is Chukwuemeka getting no minutes at Chelsea? Why is he not getting a single look in? What is the thinking behind that decision? I would love to know what the thinking behind that decision is. Yeah, I mean, this is it. This is what I'm saying. This feels like they only trust him because they trust him to make a profit. That's where we are right now, guys. They trust him to make a profit. Chukwuemeka should have been out playing. And if you do trust him and you're not going to sign a midfield player, why don't you use him for the second half of the season? Why don't you use him for the second half of the season? That's what I don't get. So I think Borussia Dortmund would be a fantastic loan for Chukwuemeka. And let's just go and get him out playing. Just accept a dry loan. Just do a dry loan. You know, Chukwuemeka's salary is what? I think he's on about 100k a week. Get 50, 60% of that covered. Maybe you get it all covered. And you know that he's going to go and play at Dortmund. You know Dortmund have got a rich history of developing young players. They're more than happy to play young players and give them opportunities. This would be the perfect loan for Chukwuemeka, because right now, oh wow, here we go on a talking of that. Look, Dortmund would be a great loan move, but just as we've been discussing Borussia Dortmund, we are now in a situation. Jacob Steinberg reporting, Porto have now come in with a straight loan bid for Chukwuemeka. Talks with Chelsea ongoing. Dortmund still in the race. I mean, both of these would be very good options. I mean, guys, what do you reckon? Let me know in the chat. Do you think Dortmund or Porto would be a better loan move? Because for me, I'm happy with either. He'd definitely play in Porto, and he'd obviously play in Dortmund as well. I think the Bundesliga is probably slightly better than a Portuguese league. Dortmund, there would be Champions League football. I think Porto is Europa League football. But either of these are good. Either of the things are good. But unfortunately, yeah, I agree with you, bro. Unfortunately, we are a business-based club now. Football, like all decisions now, are financially driven rather than football driven. That's the reality. Dortmund's better. They only want Rid because he's on 100 grand a week. I don't really know what the situation is, but I mean, look, Dortmund or Porto, I'm not fussed. I'm easy either way on that front. I'm easy either way. I'm not bothered about where he goes as long as he goes somewhere and gets to play ball. That is exactly it. And this is the biggest thing here right now. Not really too asked where he goes. Please go and get this guy out playing football. The fact that, by the way, that Porto have come in for him, does that mean that they might be letting that midfielder go, Gonzalez, to Man City potentially? Although that's still a big deal and there's not very long in the window left to go and get that done. So I'm not really sure. But yeah, look, Chelsea saying they trust Chukwuemeka for the future. I'm smelling a strong stench of BS there. A strong smell of BS that we trust him. That we trust him for the future, because it absolutely makes no sense whatsoever. I'm smelling a strong smell of BS on that one from us. Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree on that. Chelsea are fast becoming a club to join to ruin a young career. Well, we are being rejected by young talent at the moment. You know, we've been rejected. We were rejected by Duran. We were rejected by Matthias Tell. So it's already starting to happen. It's already starting to happen. Where are Porto in the Portuguese league? Are Porto shit this season? Let's have a quick look. Portuguese league. Porto, they're not that bad. They're third and they're 6 points behind. They're level on points with Benfica in second, 6 points behind Sporting. I wouldn't say they're doing shit, No, I wouldn't say that was that bad. I wouldn't say that was that bad. They're third in the Portuguese league, 6 points off the top. That's not too bad. Oh, in Europa League. Chelsea and Villa still in talks. Chelsea and Villa still in talks on that one. That is the latest with that. But yeah, look, this is a good move. I'm happy with this. It makes sense. Either one, but just get the guy out playing because it's not fair. And there are absolutely no winners in the situation if Chukwuemeka stays at the club. It's lose-lose if he remains here because his value is going to go down. He's not going to play. And Chelsea aren't going to get the fee that they want for him in the summer. So you have to get him out playing. And that means you accept a lesser deal than perhaps that you initially wanted. Then you go and do it. Then you go and do it and you get it done. But I will be absolutely fuming if come Monday, 11 p.m., Chukwuemeka has not left the football club because that's unforgivable and unacceptable and it's not fair. It could actually be a blessing in disguise that young players are rejecting us. That could either make us buy older players or force the club to adjust the model. Yeah, it could potentially. I believe we need to offload players such as Chilwell on high wages. Yeah, look, we are looking to offload Chilwell. There's an offer from Crystal Palace. So let's wait and see what happens on that front. Guys, we're 154 in the building. Big up to everyone that's locked in. We haven't even reached 50 likes yet. Keep smashing that like button. It's free. It takes seconds to do. Make sure you subscribe if you're new round here as well. That would be greatly appreciated. But let's run these likes up, guys. Come on. Let's run it up. It's a poor conversion rate at the moment. Let's run them up. Connie's a baller. Mark my words. He'll become a 70, 80 million player within 2 years and back to a big team. Who's advising Egbali? SD should never be at a big club, let alone Chelsea. Yeah, look, Chukwuemeka is one of them that will have a very good career. I've got no doubt about it. Chukwuemeka is a player who will have an outstanding career. And again, look, the Strasbourg option is still there. And I think Chelsea maybe like the Strasbourg option because it allows them to a certain degree to control his playing time, which would be important. Whereas at other clubs, they'd obviously have far less of a say in his playing time. But I don't think they'd send him on loan somewhere where he wasn't going to play. I don't think they'd do that. I don't think they would do that. But yeah, let's see what happens. It's Chukwuemeka it's Dortmund or it's Porto. Chelsea to reject all offers with an option to buy in. Dortmund tried an option to buy. Maybe Dortmund will come back with a straight loan option, and then it will just be up to Chelsea to see. It'll be up to Chukwuemeka to decide where he wants to go in terms of Porto or Dortmund. But let's just hope that gets sorted out. Simple as that. Get this sorted. I'll be honest, I don't know very much about him, but at this stage, we're desperate. We're almost in a position where let's just get our hands on who we can at this point. I know that sounds a bit desperate and it's not ideal, but we are at that stage where we're like, yeah, guys, we need to get our hands on someone. We need someone ASAP. We need Saudi to come for help this summer. Unbelievable amount of loans under the club. Yeah, we need some help from somewhere, anywhere. Any team will do. Any team will do. But yeah, talking of Chukwuemeka might be leaving, moving on to the next one, and that is Joao Felix. We had news that Jorge Mendes was in Milan yesterday. Not sure how that meeting went, but once again, Joao Felix, AC Milan, Aston Villa are interested. Negotiations between Villa and Chelsea for Felix are currently complicated. Chelsea asking for an important financial package for Joao to go to a direct competitor for the UCL. I don't know what constitutes an important financial package, but what I can say is that it's clear that, as is the case with a lot of players at the moment, Chelsea seem to be asking way too much for their players, and and this is why we've struggled to sell anyone, because we're asking way too much for our players, and they're just not worth that, or clubs don't think they're worth what we think they're worth. That's not a great position for us to be in, guys. Clubs don't think our players are worth what we think they are. And once again, we're overpricing players. Do you see Chelsea being busy before deadline day? No, I don't. Villa think they can get Felix for a discount. No, it's not about. I don't know what they're looking for. Keep him. Look, I think he probably wants to go, to be honest. We need a striker even on loan for 6 months. We do, but I think our only option is now gone. This never happens if we get Samu instead. No, it doesn't. Wouldn't miss Felix. No, not because he's a shit, not because he's shit or because he's been difficult, but we should just never have signed him in the first place. Yeah, but we don't know what Chelsea are asking for, because Chelsea will be asking definitely for more than the 45 million that we spent on him, which would be outrageous to ask for. That would be outrageous to ask for. There's no denying that. But why do we consistently ask for more money than our players are seemingly worth, or who a lot of people think that our players aren't worth that? Why do we continue to do this? How many times have we seen it, right, where we set unrealistic asking prices, there's no interest, and then right at the end of the window we have to drop our demands. We suddenly have to drop our demands and cave in a bit. Why do we set such unrealistic stuff? Exactly. Nkunku, £65 million. No one's paying 65 million for Nkunku. Just like no one's paying more than 45 million for Joao Felix, because he's done nothing in this 6 months that he's been at the football club to warrant his price going up from what we paid in the summer. He's not done anything He's not done anything to instigate him being worth more than what we paid for him. So, important financial package for me means that Chelsea are either asking for a massive loan fee, or if it's a permanent deal, they're looking for more than the 45 million they paid. And we're just not going to get that. I don't understand the thought process as to why these guys think they can get so much money for these players 6 months after signing them. Felix has started 3 Premier League games and scored 7 goals in all competitions this season. So how on earth do we think he's suddenly worth more than what we paid? I don't get it. I'd love to be a fly on the wall in some of these meetings, or just spend the day with the sporting directors, just sitting in and listening to the bullshit that we're doing, because it's honestly baffling. It's honestly baffling. I would rather Felix stays than Nkunku, but ultimately at this point, it looks like we're going to keep them both, because I don't see another attacker coming in. So it doesn't really make a difference whether Felix or Nkunku leaves, because really we wanted one of them to leave to make space for a new attacker. Now, if I'm being honest, I don't see any attackers coming in. I don't see any attackers coming in this month, which is a real shame, a massive shame, and a huge gamble on whether we're going to qualify for the Champions League. At this point, I'd rather just keep Felix, because this is it now. You're getting rid of all your Conference League depth potentially. You know, Casadei's gone, Vega's gone. If Felix goes as well, you are getting rid of depth for the Conference League. I mean, not that, we can't win the Conference League without the likes of Joao Felix and Vega and whatnot, but you're going to have to play a lot more players that you perhaps wouldn't originally have done. So we've got to think about this from a squad depth perspective as well. I'm not fussed if Felix goes, but I'm happy for Felix to go as long as someone else comes in. At this stage, if Felix goes, no one's really coming in to take that position, and then you're a man down, and then you're a man down in attack. So yeah, a lot of this stuff doesn't make sense, guys. I am baffled by this, but I'm baffled by it. But I'm also not surprised either, because at the end of the day, we've got a history of doing this. Remember when we set the asking price for Broja in January 23, I think it was, or January 24, when we set Broja's asking price at 50 million, and then we ended up sending him on loan to Fulham. It's nonsense. Yeah, sure, Felix is better than Havertz. Yeah, sure. Loaning to Villa is crazy. It is a little bit, yeah. Considering we're in direct competition with them for the Champions League. So yeah, that for me doesn't really make an awful lot of sense at all. Doesn't make an awful lot of sense at all. It's a real interesting one, guys. A real interesting one as to why we are seemingly incapable of doing anything. Incapable of doing anything. So yeah, well, at the end of right now, I'm not sure if Chelsea will meet, if Villa will meet Felix's demands. If Villa will meet the demands of Chelsea for Felix. But look, if he stays, he stays. I haven't got a huge problem with him staying, but I think at the end of the day, we know full well that he is unlikely to be here next season, which is mad. Felix done that. What's the point of buying so many players that most of them leave in the next? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Bro, Dusan Vlahovic, not happening. Not going to happen. Would rather loan Disasi to Spurs. Fair enough. I don't think he'd want to go there. I don't like selling to competitors full stop, but maybe we have to. Yeah, maybe we have to. And at the end of the day, if you want to get the most money, then the chances are you're going to have to sell to a club in the Premier League if you want to recoup a decent amount of cash. That's just the reality at the moment. That's just the reality at the moment. And talking of Joao Felix, we have got news of Chelsea's valuation of Felix. And as expected, guys, Chelsea are asking for a ridiculous amount of money. Of course they are. Of course they are. Chelsea have set a £60 million valuation for Joao Felix as they see Aston Villa as a direct competitor. Villa unwilling to meet it. No way. Imagine my shock that a club is not prepared to spend 60 M's on Joao Felix. Literally, we've put an extra 15 million on his price tag because of a rival. So it's 15 million pounds rival tax. You're not going to get anything. You're not going to get him for that. You know, Villa sold the round for 62 M's. Do you really think they're going to literally just go and reinvest that money in Joao Felix? No, I don't think they are. I don't think they are. No one's going to pay 60 M's for Joao Felix. What's that about? I mean, seriously. It just gets better and better every day, doesn't it, guys? It just gets better and better every single day at the moment in regards to what we're doing. Guys, make sure you're smashing the subscribe button, by the way. It's 188 in the building. We're on 15,614. Let's get another 6 subscribers. Let's get this to 15,620. So if you're new around here, smash the subscribe button and introduce yourself in the chat. And guys, the likes are piss poor, by the way. The likes are piss poor. 62 likes with 186 in the building. Get this to 100 likes ASAP, people. Please smash that like button. All I ever ask of you is to hit 2 buttons. So please run the likes up to 100. And someone in the chat, let me know when we're there. But come on, guys. Let's get this moving. It's a poor effort so far, people. We're better than this. Garnacho, £65 million. Yeah, this is all nonsense. No way Villa pay 60. No. Yeah, it's mental. We'd sell him cheaper for abroad. We probably would. But no one's going to pay that abroad. Yeah, K-Box, we're fucked if that happens. Absolutely fucked if that happens. We're in big trouble. We're in big trouble there. 60 million for Felix. Villa rejects. No shit. Yeah, exactly. But what's this article saying? So, Major Joao Felix to Aston Villa transfer update as Chelsea make £60 million demand. Aston Villa are unwilling to meet Chelsea's £60 million valuation of Joao Felix, while a loan move is also currently off the cards. The Portuguese is known to be a long-term target for Unai Emery, who tried to sign him on multiple occasions previously. Villa were close to signing the former Benfica star last summer before he was used as part of the exchange which saw Conor Gallagher move to Atletico Madrid. Maresca has used Felix sparingly so far this season, as he's only started 3 times in the Premier League. The 22-year-old joined the Blues for 45 million, but despite his lack of game time in the first half of the season, his price tag has risen by 15 million, and Villa are not going to meet that in the final days of the window. No, of course they're not going to meet that in the final days of the window. And this is what I mean about setting ridiculously unrealistic asking prices. Now, this to me says either you don't want to sell him or you will sell him if a ridiculous enough offer comes in. That's basically the situation that we're in right now. They know no one's paying this. But we're not in a rush to sell him, obviously, because we are getting no one. Yeah, and I think look, if Chelsea could get 60 million now, they'd take it. If not, they'll just wait till the summer. How the hell we need a midfielder, but selling Felix and we have more games coming up? I hear you. Chelsea view Villa as direct competitor and have also set a very high loan fee for Axel Disasi. Yeah, exactly. This is the thing, you know. At some stage, it serves no purpose for Chelsea to keep Axel Disasi. It serves no purpose. Why? Why? What purpose? What benefit are we getting by keeping Disasi? Someone please tell me, because I'm not seeing a single one. It is unrealistic when Felix has started 3 games all season, not really done anything, and then because you might sell to a direct rival, what you add £15 million to the price. No, it's nonsense. It's nonsense. You might add 10, you might add 5 million. You might think, oh, 50 million. You add a 5 mil rival tax. £15 million rival tax is an absolute madness. An absolute madness. £15 million rival tax. There's just no way. There's just absolutely no way that should even be a thing. And that's just a farce. It's a complete and utter farce. And that obviously is unlikely to change, that stance. So therefore, it looks like, to me, unless something changes and Villa offer that money or Chelsea suddenly drop their asking price, which seems unlikely, then Felix is not going anywhere either. And no one's paying, not a single club, unless it was a club from Saudi, are going to pay 60 M's for Felix, and even they would probably think twice about it. There's nothing wrong with the asking price of Joao Felix. He's a better player than Tel and Duran. Bro, the Duran price was inflated because it was Saudi Arabia. Tel 60 million euros, which is about 55 million pounds. So you're paying for potential because he's 19. Felix is 25 and has a track record of basically doing nothing since he joined Atletico Madrid. Maybe it's because other clubs fuck us over when we come calling for their players. They don't always, but look, I'm just not convinced by this. I'm just not convinced by this. So yes, big up, Dave. Saw me in Tesco the other day. Fair enough. What day was that? I can't remember what day I was in there. But yeah, let me know which one it was. Well, I don't know. Well, obviously I know which one it was, but yeah, just to make sure it was definitely me. Let me know which one it was in, just to make sure that you haven't got me confused with anyone else. It's because Disasi is a better option than Chalobah and Fofana. Bro, are we really doing this? Are we really doing this? People. Mackin, big up, brother. But what is that? Disasi is not a better option than any of those, man. Are we being serious here? Are we being serious here? Absolutely no chance. I think he'll end up staying as well. Those demands aren't going to be met. Champions League is out of reach, I think, for the end of the season. Maybe we'll keep Disasi and send Anselmino on loan. Yet Marseille. Look, I'd be happy for Anselmino to go out on loan to Marseille. But actually, for Chelsea, it's probably more beneficial to get Disasi's wages off the books. If it's one or the other, yes, it would be great for Anselmino to go on loan to Marseille. But I'd rather we just get Axel Disasi out of the club, to be honest. Yes, big up, bro. Pure hypothetical, but in a perfect world, who is your ideal striker choice? Look, in a perfect world, I'd take Victor Gyökeres. I think it'd be great for us. But we in reality, we're not getting him. Hope Felix can get it together and show what he can do. Look, I would love that to be the case, but I don't really think that's going to be. I don't really think that's going to happen, to be honest. I just don't see that happening. Jackson gets injured alongside Palmer. We've had it. Well, just one of them gets injured. We're fucked. Well, yeah, we might not have a choice to give Guillaume. We might not have a choice we'd have to give Guillaume an opportunity. I don't see any other choice there. Guys, I'm going to have to scroll down to the chat and get a few other bits and pieces in here. Agreed, Gyökeres. Yeah. I mean, look, a high line's not going to suit Disasi because he's got zero recovery pace. So I'm not really too sure how that would work out for Disasi. But there we are. There we are. But yeah, unrealistic demands, and it looks like Joao Felix is going to end up staying, people. I don't see anyone meeting a £60 million asking price. So I don't know if that means that Chelsea just don't want to sell, or Chelsea would just sell if it was right. I don't know. But maybe just Chelsea are not interested in in selling him. Maybe he just doesn't rate many of them. Maybe he just doesn't really rate that many of them. which you could understand, maybe. I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't rate many of them. But it's a strange one. It is a strange one. I don't know what to say. You know? Hmm. Yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it? Guiu reminds me of Aguero. Oh, I mean, a bit early to say that, isn't it? A bit early. If Jackson's injured, other players can step up. Bro, who's stepping up if Jackson's injured? Because what we're going to bank on a 18-year-old Guiu and a disinterested in Kunku to get us top four and score goals. Come on, guys, it's not happening. Joao Felix staying is a good thing. Look, it's a good thing in terms of it gives us another option, but you know, he's not fancied by the manager. He's not trusted really. So yeah, I don't know. Bring back Leslie, get rid of Disasi should be the bare minimum. We're not going to get Sesko now. Yeah, maybe we might do. Although there's been literally no news of that whatsoever. There's been no news of that at all. I'd be very surprised inside the next less than 48 hours that news would come out. I just don't see it. Maresca has to change something, Charlie. Otherwise, he'll be out of a job at the end of the season. I don't know what we can change, you know, because we're not actually playing that badly. I mean, City game aside, we created a lot of opportunities. We played well in our last few games, just not taking our chances. And that again goes back to recruitment. Again, it goes back to the recruitment, guys. Would like to see him try Guiu Jackson. What, together? I just don't think we're going to see it. Which midfielder do you think is going to sign for Chelsea? I've got absolutely no idea. We're going to get onto that very shortly. Bro, we're missing the point here. These guys aren't that clinical. Does anyone in this chat honestly believe that Chelsea can have got a good chance of finishing top four with Jackson and Guiu as the centre forward rotational options, continuing with what we've currently got? I think if you continue with what we've currently got, we can see that probably isn't enough to finish in the top four, and it isn't good enough to finish in the top four. That's the reality, you know. Relying on other players to step up when they've not really shown or proven they can step up at this point, it's a problem. It's an absolute problem, massive problem, guys. But yeah, that's why Joao Felix is not going anywhere, and negotiations are difficult because Chelsea have asked for a ridiculous amount of money. But sticking with the ridiculous, let's move on to Chelsea's hunt for a midfield player, because this is just complete and utter nonsense. Complete and utter nonsense. You know, complete and utter nonsense. But let's bring it up anyway. Let's bring it up anyway, guys. Where are we? It's not that one. It's not that one. It's not that one. And it's not that one. Ah, yes, it's this one. Right, let's bring this up, right? Because this is just beggars belief at the moment. So Chelsea are still in the market for a midfielder, still in the market for something else, exploring opportunities. 2 days to go. So this was late last night. It's going to be crazy. Chelsea are trying to be active. It's going to be crazy. Because I tell you, I don't know if I can deal with a crazy finish, because these last 33 days have been so crazy. It's been so difficult to compute and so difficult to deal with. I don't know if I can take any more excitement in this window. But we're still looking for a midfield player. This is just screams of panic. Like, how can Chelsea how can Chelsea be scrambling around on deadline day for a midfielder when we could just recall one that we already own and actually focus on the positions that we need? How, as a club, have we managed for the whole transfer window to neglect the positions that we need and then end up scrambling around in the final hours of the window for a midfielder when we could just recall one of the ones that we already own? This just once again screams to more cluelessness. which is a real shame, guys. A real shame. But we are just plagued with cluelessness right now. I don't know if it will be crazy for us. Who knows? But it's not going to happen. I don't know what we're going to. I don't know what we're going to end up with. At best, we end up with a midfielder, and that midfielder, I've got no idea who it would be. I've got no idea who it would be. I reckon, but it's gonna end up being someone. It's going to end up being someone who isn't playing very much at their club currently, which is not a great position to be in. Not a great position to be in. So, I mean, at this rate, I'm taking it because we're desperate for someone. We need someone. So, yes, I am going to take a random midfielder on loan, which is because it's better than no one. But is it really going to be someone that is actually going to add some quality to our team at this late stage in the window? I mean, there'll be someone available on loan. They must be looking at some names. I know that we've not heard or been given any names, but there must be some names, guys. There must be some names. There has to be. But at this rate, I'm not really hearing it. A ball distributing midfielder. We need someone. We need a number 6 profile. We need a number 6 profile. We seem to love a downgrade. True. That's why we end up paying over the odds, buying so late in the market. I mean, I don't think we're going to be buying late. We're going to be trying to scramble around for a loan deal, which is just embarrassing. It's just embarrassing and just highlights how we're just seemingly run so shambolically at the moment. You know, it just seems that we're run in a shambolic fashion right now, which you don't want, which you just don't want, which you don't want. We just run shambolically. At least, look, Man United are a shambles, right? Absolute shambles. But at least they're trying to back the manager. They signed Patrick Dorgu and they're looking at Matthias Tell and whatnot. At least they're trying to back the manager. What the fuck are we doing? Because whatever we're doing, which is nothing, we're not backing the manager right now. We're not backing the manager right now. Not only are we not backing the manager, we're living on a different planet with our valuations of 60 M's for Felix and 70 M's for Nkunku. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't suspect it'll be that much different, to be honest. I don't suspect it'll be that much difference. Because we've got no idea what we're doing. That's why. We badly need DM. We are I don't care anymore because if they bring anyone in, Chelsea fans will complain. No, look, we need someone. So beggars can't be choosers at the end of the day. Beggars can't be choosers. So I'm very much at this stage now. Did I want a random midfielder coming in on loan? No. But right now, when we're desperate, you take it. Because in our situation, you cannot be picky. You cannot be picky in our current situation, guys. You just can't. By the way, people, there's almost 100 in the building. Oh, sorry, almost over 200 in the building, guys. Only 91 likes. Smash that like button. Let's get this up over 100 likes, guys. Please run it up. It's one click of a button. It takes literally seconds to do. I never ask anyone for any money. So please, please, smash that like button. Please smash the like button. Disasi staying would be criminal. It would be. No, that's nonsense. Before any manager goes, the directors have to go. In what sense? Because the window's been a shambles. It's been an embarrassment. So in what sense is it an overreaction? Because the window's been an embarrassment. We need midfield cover. If Caicedo goes down injured, we're done. Yeah, exactly. This is exactly it. But yeah, Chelsea are still looking. Chelsea is still looking for a midfielder. It's not like we've had 34 days to look for someone. But let's leave it for the last few hours of the window, shall we? To try and find someone. Mental. Right, let's have a look at this. Right, let's bring it in. Right then, so Tottenham are now pushing to agree on Axel Disasi deal with Chelsea as negotiations are ongoing today. As reported 2 days ago, Spurs want 2 centre-backs. Kevin Danso's done after Dragassin's serious injury. Aston Villa agreed terms with Disasi, but not with Chelsea so far. At this rate, let's just get Disasi gone. I don't care where he goes. Ideally, yeah, I prefer him to go to Tottenham and Villa because then he's not going to be contributing to a rival. No, we don't. We don't need to sell. We don't need to sell to buy. We've complied with PSR. There's no issues there. The PSR deadline's passed for the season just gone. We don't need to sell to buy. That's never been the case in this window. No, the only Spurs are 16th, whatever. Yeah, exactly. And it'll be fascinating to see Axel Disasi. Been through that one. Cheers. Disasi in the high line at Tottenham would be mental, considering he's got no recovery pace. It would be absolutely mad. It would be absolutely mad to see that. I mean, it would be incredible to see, wouldn't it? It'd be one of the funniest things going. I mean, how is Disasi, with his lack of pace, going to deal with a Postecoglou high line? It's a real strange one, guys. It's a real strange one, and one that I can't really get my head around. I mean, I wish, but fortunately for Spurs, the 3 promoted sides are just so much worse than them. The 3 promoted sides are just so much worse than them. So that's where they get helped out. That's where they get helped out. Because the 3 promoted sides are just so much worse than them. So much worse. So yeah. But look, just agree some sort of deal. Just agree some sort of doom. I don't know. I imagine it would be a loan. I would imagine it would be a loan. I don't see Spurs buying Disasi. I would expect that would be a loan deal. It could well affect Anselmino. I don't know if Chelsea would loan out both Disasi and Anselmino. I'm not sure. I think we'd be okay with doing that, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen. But look, as much as it would be great to loan out Anselmino to Marseille for experience, I think the main priority has got to be moving Disasi on and getting a portion of those wages or all of those wages off the books. Yeah, no, I agree. Well, he wouldn't be able to play. No, we don't. But a loan deal in a situation where we're desperate to offload a player and they're desperate for a centre-back, maybe we might see something happen here. But it's going to be down to the player at the end of the day. I think Chelsea would be happy to agree a deal with Disasi. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens on that one. Something to bear in mind with the Disasi loan. If he goes to Spurs and plays even worse, that won't help with selling him end of the season. Well, it's anywhere. If he goes anywhere and he doesn't play well, that's not going to help us in terms of a selling capacity come the end of the season. That's just the reality of the situation that we're in right now, guys. Are you serious? Are you Monkey Gaming? Are you bantering? Because do you seriously think Disasi is a better right back than Malo Gusto? That Disasi is a better right back than Josh Achimpong, and that Disasi is better at right back than Trevor Chalobah? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, I'm not asking for 4 players. This is not about signing loads of players. This is about the fact that we've just ignored what we need to strengthen and are damaging our chances of finishing in the top 4 by refusing to address the issues in this window. And like issues could have been easily addressed this window, and we've actively chosen not to. We've actively chosen not to. Well, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to register him for Conference League, because if we've got 3 spaces, we're probably going to give them to, depending on fitness, Fofana, Lavia, and Palmer. But even then, even if Fofana or Lavia aren't named for injuries, then we're just going to put Trev in. So I don't think we do need Ansel Mina for Conference League. Yeah, their only home win all season was against us. Incredible, really, isn't it? Incredible, really. All right, Gusto's not been great this season. He's not worse than Disasi at right back. That's my point. I've got no idea. Absolutely no idea. And that's a situation that we'll have to deal with at a later point. Guys, keep smashing the like button. We're over 100 likes now. Let's get this moving. Let's try and get it up to 120, 130 if we can. That would be fantastic. So please run the likes up and keep subscribing, guys, if you're new around here. We're looking to move up to 15.7k as quickly as possible. So if you could smash the subscribe button, that would be wonderful. Absolutely wonderful, guys. And keep running those likes up. Do I think we'll sign Victor? We should have looked at Douglas. We have looked at Douglas Luiz on loan, and Juventus wanted a big loan fee and an obligation to buy. We didn't want to meet those demands. Therefore, no Douglas Luiz for Chelsea. Do I think we sign Osimhen? Well, definitely not this month. And in the summer, no, I think not, personally. I think not, personally. Bro, Achimpong is a centre-back option as well. I knew it was time to go, and my own defender chipped it halfway. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I'm not really sure why anyone could possibly be advocating for Disasi to stay. How does that even make it possible? Best result for us is a draw. Best result is a draw. Douglas Luiz for 6 months, I think, would be okay. I don't really see that as an issue. I don't see that as an issue. I think Douglas Luiz for 6 months, I personally wouldn't have a problem with that. I can understand why people would, but I personally wouldn't have an issue with Douglas Luiz for 6 months. I wouldn't have an issue with it. Do you? Oh, I've done that. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens with this Disasi deal. Let's wait and see what happens with the Disasi deal. But Spurs are now pushing. It'll be up to Chelsea, and it will be up to obviously Disasi as a player as well. He wants to go. He wants to go to Villa. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see how this one pans out. But as long as we kind of get him off the books, yeah, it'd be better if he goes to Spurs. But if he goes to Villa, he goes to Villa. We just need to move this guy on. That's, again, is the most important thing. And you can't be sort of fucking it about at the end of the window trying to get exactly what you want, because you're not going to get it. That's the thing. That's the thing. You're not going to get it. So, but yeah, that's the latest news on Axel Disasi, guys. A bit of a update there that Spurs are now pushing for him. What were we talking about before then? Because I can't remember. I can't remember what we were talking about before then. I can't believe what they did with Chilwell. If he don't go anywhere, he'll not be playing for 12 months. Yeah, look, Chilwell, they need to agree that Crystal Palace deal. They must agree that Crystal Palace deal. They have to. They absolutely have to agree the Crystal Palace deal. And a striker. Yeah, we do need a striker urgently. But the one that we potentially could have got, we now won't get, because Evan Ferguson is going on loan to West Ham. And people are telling me that we can't get strikers this month. January is a difficult window to do business in. Well, other clubs are seemingly not finding it difficult to do business in January. Now, would I have wanted Evan Ferguson at the start of the window? No. But having been linked with him on Friday, with Chelsea reportedly entering the race for him, I would have 100% taken Evan Ferguson for 6 months. You know, a different option, physical, good in the box presence, good in the air, a different profile to Jackson and has different strengths than Nicholas Jackson. And that would have been absolutely fine. That would have been fine, and I would have taken it for 6 months. Not on a permanent basis, but a 6-month signing, and it absolutely would have made sense. Absolutely would have made sense. So, yeah, I'm not particularly pleased that we have not made a move for him, because this move to West Ham now officially, in my mind, rules Chelsea out of signing a number 9. We are no longer going to be signing a number 9 this month. Not that I thought we were going to sign a number 9 this month anyway, but yeah, we're not going to sign a number 9 now. We're not going to sign a number 9 now. No, not going to sign a number 9. That's not good enough. That is not good enough. What happens if Nicholas Jackson gets injured? He signed a new deal, but it has got a release clause in it. I don't know what the release clause is, but there is a release clause in it. But if Jackson gets injured, we've got a massive problem. Massive problem. And we can't rely on him to play every single minute for the remainder of the season. What, Mark Guiu of Jackson? So they're then going to go with an 18-year-old who's played twice in the Premier League this season. That's our alternative solution to Nicholas Jackson. Yeah, guys, we're banging trouble here, people. We're banging trouble this window, and we've only got ourselves to blame. We've only got ourselves to blame at this point. Only ourselves to blame. No one else. It is no one else's fault other than ours as to what is currently going on with this situation. It is our fault and our fault only. You know? Our fault and our fault only. What's the difference is that he's more experienced. He knows the Premier League. He's scored goals in the Premier League before, and he offers you a different profile, which we lack in the squad right now. That's what he would give us, just something a little bit different, and he's got that Premier League experience. If only we didn't send Washington on loan, we have recalled Fofana. He's injured. That's why he was recalled, because Fofana underwent knee surgery. That's why he was recalled from his current situation. We can't sign anyone of note without breaking the wage structure. Mate, profile's important in the team. There's no point signing someone who doesn't suit the way that we play. That's a complete waste of time, and we've fallen foul of that so many times before, going for big names or whatever, rather than actually looking at how they suit the team. The profile of a player is far more important than their name. Far more important. Look, yeah, he's had a few injury issues. Absolutely. I'm not talking about a permanent signing. I'm talking about 6 months just to come in and do a job. I really don't think that's that much to ask. I really don't think it's much to ask. 6 months to come in and do a job. That's not difficult. You know, that would have been fine. That would have been fine in my view. Yeah, we've needed a striker for the last 3 years. We're not going to get one now. So we are very much playing with fire here in terms of our chances of finishing in the top 4. We are absolutely playing with fire. So we have to hope that we can do something decent. We must hope. We must hope that we can do something decent with what we've got. We need something to change. We've got to have some luck going our way, and we need players to step up who haven't been performing so far. Yes, big up, brother. They're going to be gone by the time we get something done. Bro, the targets are gone. The targets are gone, people. Gone. You know, that's the reality of the situation. Targets gone. We're now scrambling around for a midfielder. We're scrambling around for a position where we don't need to spend money, and we could have just bought one of our players back. We failed to address anything that needs to be addressed this month. And yeah, it's looking a bit peak out here. It's looking a little bit peak out here, I have to say. It gives us a better chance of finishing top 4 than continuing with what we've currently got. That's my point. No, bro, we need more output from everyone. Everyone needs to give more output. This is not a singular issue for one player. Everyone needs to produce more output in the fight in the attacking third, but we are desperate for an alternative for Nicholas Jackson, someone different up there to give us something different. You know, that's what we need. Yeah, he is. And that shows how many mistakes that we've made in the market. And we're about to make another mistake by not bringing anyone else in this month. And we're making things very, very difficult for Maresca. I don't think we'll get top 4. Hope I'm wrong, but I hate to say I don't believe we will. Yeah, bro, I feel very similarly to you. Unless something miraculous happens, but by 11 p.m. Monday, then we're going to be in a situation where we've made it very, very difficult for ourselves to qualify. No, it's not about being better. It's about giving us a different option. It's about giving us a different option because we don't have an alternative option right now. That's the point. That is the point. We need a different option. We need a different option, and we don't have one. Yeah, probably some sort of last-minute business with Strasbourg. That would not surprise me at all. Absolutely would not surprise me. That would be about right, wouldn't it? That would sound about right. That would sound about right. You know, that would be about right. Yeah, peak. Well, we just don't seem to operate in a serious manner anymore, which I just don't really understand. You know, we just don't seem to operate in a serious manner. Well, I mean, I wouldn't even bank on us being able to do that. I wouldn't even bank on us being able to do that. You know, it's not looking good for us. It's not looking good for us. And yeah, look, Unknown, I agree with you. It feels like we're more interested in our financials being all right than actually re-establishing ourselves as a top club. I don't want to think that way, but the evidence suggests that that's exactly the way that things are going. Bayern did not take us seriously after we asked 65 M's for Nkunku. No, exactly. No one's taken us seriously when we set those sort of valuations on players. No one is taking us seriously when we do shit like that. No one. Guys, still 147 in the building. Keep smashing that like button. Let's get this up to 120 likes. We've got 113. We need 7 more likes. And let's get 3 more subscribers notched up on the board as well. Keep smashing the likes, people. And please keep subscribing as well. 3 more subscribers to hit 15,620. That would be a nice little milestone, guys. So yeah, smash the subscribe button if you're new around here. And please hit the likes as well. Let's get this to 120 likes, guys. Run it up. But yeah, what else is going on? Oh, this has been an Ornstein bomber. Oh, yeah, Ornstein bomber on some... Like, this is just... These transfers are so random. Juventus reach an agreement with Newcastle to sign Lloyd Kelly for £20 million. Is that the most random transfer of the window? Absolutely the most random transfer of the window, that one. We will struggle to buy any big name in the future because who will want to come to this shit show? Yeah, bro, I hear you on that. I hear you on that. Who is going to want to come to the shit show? That is a very, very good point. A very good point. Players will, but players that are going to move the needle for us, that's a different conversation, guys. That's a different conversation right now. Yeah, but there's no point sticking Jackson on the wing because then who are you going to stick through the middle? No one's going to go through the middle, are they? So this is kind of the point that I'm making. This is the point that I'm making, guys. Who's going to go through the middle? Fair. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather Bowley be in charge. Must win tomorrow. Hopefully, St just gets dropped. I agree on that one. We struggle to buy any big name in the future because who will want to come? Oh, we've done that. Nkunku needs game time. Yeah, he does, but he's also not done very much with his game time when he has played. He's also not done very much with that game time. So, yeah, that is going to be an interesting one. I don't know what the solution is. Pray we just pay the release clause for Victor as Sporting will get less in the summer. Yeah, I'd love to do that, but I can't see it happening. Yes, big up, brother. Agree. I hope they drop Sanchez tomorrow, and if they don't, that will say lots about us. It will say lots about us. If we keep missing out on Champions League football, our best players want to leave. Yeah, the longer you keep missing out on the Champions League, the more likely it is that these players will want to leave. That's the truth. That is the truth. That's absolutely the truth right now, guys. Are we going to lose against West Ham? No, I don't think we're going to lose. I'd be surprised if we lost against West Ham. I can't sit here with confidence and say we're going to beat West Ham, which isn't a good position to be in. The fact that we're sitting here and I'm saying I'm not sure if we can actually beat them, that's a problem. It's a big problem. That's alarming that we're not sure if we can beat West Ham at home. Oh, yeah, but that also shows that no one else, that all the teams that are competing for the top four are struggling with consistency. They're all struggling with consistency. So that's how we're still intact, because those teams are also struggling with consistency. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. What do I think will happen if we lose? People will be fuming and pissed off, but other than that, I don't think really much will happen. I mean, I don't think much else will happen if we lose. People will just be fuming, and it will make it more difficult to qualify for the top four. But other than that, that's it. How about Maresca? Yeah, look, that's absolutely an option. You play Nkunku 10, you play Jackson down the middle, you shift Palmer to the right. That is something that I would like to see happen. That is something I'd like to see us do. But ultimately, I can't see it happening because it's not happened over halfway through the season. Why is it suddenly going to happen now? Unless he's forced to do it. Unless he's forced to do it. But I don't see that happening, guys. I don't see it happening. What player would we bring back from Strasbourg? Well, Santos, obviously. Andre Santos would be the obvious one. There's no news. No news. We're still waiting for that B sample. I've got no idea where the B sample is, but we're still waiting for it. We are still waiting for the B sample to come back. So yeah, until then, the Mudryk situation is as you were. Going 1-1 tomorrow, not confident. Fair enough. Then where will Sancho some of them will have to hold bench. Neto or Sancho down the left. That's the reality. Some of them will have to hold bench. I'm worried that Maresca is just a yes man to the sport. And I wouldn't say he's an out and out yes man, but yeah, I don't know. It's a far from ideal situation right now. But having said that, it's not entirely doom and gloom because we still are only a point off the top four. So let's hope for the best. Let's hope for the best on that. Let's hope for the best on that. We have to get something. Yeah. Maresca doesn't change. It's this new breed of manager of no flexible football's gone downhill. There have been some tactical changes, but yeah, in terms of a system change, not really. Problem is, Nottingham Forest on some crazy run and form, they could get top four. Yeah, they absolutely could. Forest aren't going away. Everyone keeps thinking, oh, Forest are going to drop off. Forest are going to drop off. But it's not. They're not looking like they are going to drop off. Then they're not looking like they are going to drop off. But yeah, a draw between City and Arsenal would be would be the best outcome for us. That would be the best outcome for us today. I'd like to, yeah, I would as well. But ultimately, that doesn't really seem to be the modern way of doing things at the moment. It doesn't seem to be the modern way of doing things. So we just have to accept that that's kind of what it is right now. That's not the modern way of doing things, guys. I think it might be a bit longer than that. It might be 2032 in the 10 years with a 10 years thing. So yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a look if anything has come in the last few minutes before we look at rounding this one out. Let's have a look. Renato Vega has made his Juventus debut. Played at left centre-back. Put in a very good performance. Fuck's sake. Renato Vega Juventus debut. 3 out of 4 ground duels won. 3 out of 4 aerial duels won. 4 clearances, 3 tackles, 1 interception, 2 blocked shots, dribbled past no times. I don't know why Chelsea couldn't see that Renato Vega's position is obviously at left centre-back. Obviously at left centre-back. So why? I don't know is the answer to that. Not right now, no. But I think I don't know why people didn't think that Vega's position was left centre back. Yeah, sure, he can be an alternative. You know, you need more than one. You need more than one in the. You need more than one in the squad. You need more than one in the squad, guys. You absolutely need more than one in the squad. But yeah, I mean, did Juventus win? Let's have a quick look if they actually won that game. But knowing Juventus, they probably drew. I know they smashed them 4-1. Smashed them 4-1. 2 goals for Kolo Muani. And then Vlahovic and Conceição. But yeah, Vega played alongside Gatti at the back. Fair enough. Yeah, easy win for Juve. Yeah. So look, again, there's no option to buy, so it's a dry loan. And this would be good if he keeps playing there. This would be good if Vega keeps playing at centre-back. Does anyone find it strange that they said he wanted to move for left centre-back and then says in his first press conference he can play anywhere? Yeah, but he said that at Chelsea as well. I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, maybe that's something that needs to improve. Maybe that is something that needs to improve. Guys, we're 5 likes away from 130. Keep smashing the like button. It's free. It takes seconds. Would greatly appreciate it. Let's run up those likes and get this to 130 on the likes, people. Let's get this to 130 on the likes. But yeah, very good start for Renato Vega. Look, we need him to do well. We want him to do well on this loan because then it benefits Chelsea and hopefully he can come back and play a part next season. Quite where he'd play a part is, I don't know. But I'm pleased to see that. You know, I'm quite interested to see that. So, yeah. No, they're not useless. They're good for experience and playing regular football. That's what you want with a dry loan. That's exactly what you want. Someone to go out and play regularly and then come back and be more ready for you. That's what you want. That's definitely what you want in my opinion. Yeah, quite possibly. Maybe we're at a point now where we sell Badiashile in the summer, and it's worth keeping Vega as a backup left centre back option. But yeah, it's a great loan move for him. It really is a very, very good loan move for Renato Vega. No doubt about it. No doubt about it at all. Yeah, absolutely. Dry loans are not useless. They're definitely not useless, guys. They're definitely not. But yeah, that's good news for Vega. Good news for Chelsea. Let's hope that good form continues. Let's hope that good form continues for the remainder of the season. Let's see how he does play in, Champions League football and stuff like that. That's potentially going to be very interesting for us. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to do. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to do. Very much looking forward to it. Let's hope Renato can do the business. Thoughts? Never happening. Never happening. Those are my thoughts on it. And it wouldn't really make sense because you're swapping a number 10 for a winger. So I don't understand it. Yeah, mate, we all do. We all do, guys. We all miss the Champions League for Chelsea. All of us do. People, 3 more likes. Smash that up. Get this to 130, guys. But yeah, no, we need to get back there ASAP. We need to be back there ASAP. There's no denying it. Absolutely no denying it. We need to be back there ASAP. So let's make sure we are. Yeah. That's what we need. That is what we need. Nah, no problem, brother. No problem at all. It's all good, bro. It's all good. We've got 1 more to go tomorrow. Deadline day stream. I don't know if anybody watched it, but yeah, I just had the stats on screen. I think he done well. I think he did well. Yeah, we're stuck with some disgruntled players. I think there's no doubt about it. Well, I've got no idea who we're going to end up with, and you would have to view it as a panic buy. Whoever we end up with, you would have to view it as a panic buy. That's the reality for me. You would have to view that as a panic buy. But yeah, that's kind of where we are right now. But yeah, look, we're in a very good position in terms of this weekend without having played with Villa, Bournemouth, and Newcastle all losing. Let's hope for a City and Arsenal draw. And then that moves us back into the top 4 if we can beat West Ham. That's a big if. The ownership only wants dry loans to help raise the value of a player. Yeah, potentially. That's one way of looking at it. Absolutely, that's one way of looking at it. But yeah, guys, I'm going to round this one out here. Big up to everyone who's tuned in this afternoon. Big love for the support. As always, it's greatly appreciated. Please, on your way out, smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here as well. It really helps the channel. Really helps it grow. So please do smash the like. Please do subscribe. Guys, I'll be back later on if there's any groundbreaking news between now and then. If not, we'll be back tomorrow. I think it's going to have to be 3 p.m. tomorrow. We're back. I'm not around at 1 p.m., but 3 p.m. tomorrow we're back, unless anything major happens between now and then. I'll be live on Chelsea Fan TV later at 8 p.m. UK time with Lewis. Make sure you come and tune in for that one, guys. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Let's hope Tottenham lose. Let's hope Man United lose. Enjoy the City-Arsenal game. Guys, I'll catch you lot tomorrow. Up the Chelsea and peace. We're out.